Good morning, friends. Welcome to a day in my life. This is really like the unglamorous version. We're keeping it as close to reality as possible. I think sometimes when I tell people what my job is, I'm like, makes it sound really cool, but it's actually just like a normal job. I mean, there's a lot of benefits to it, don't get me wrong. I know there's a lot. It's not a 9 to 5, but it feels just like I wake up, I do life, I go to work, I come home. Even though like I kind of have my dream job, it still just feels like a normal life, if that makes sense. So I always thought it would feel somehow different, and I think that's kind of the theme of today's vlog, is that here's my normal life. Speaking of, I just did a school drop off and I'm wearing my pajamas, what I wore to sleep last night, and some slippers because I'm that person. You don't get out of the car. I don't see the point. I get to be cozy for just a few more hours if I do this. So that's that. And now I'm gonna go inside, make some coffee. I'm almost done with my book, so I'm gonna make some coffee, sit down, and just finish this book because I'm so excited about it. And then we'll move on with our day. Also, I just realized, if you're new here, I'm Sarah Jane Case. I'm an author and a podcaster, and I have an Instagram account called Sarah Jane Case where we talk about the Enneagram, which is a personality typing tool. So if you're new here, that's who I am. That's what my job is. That's kind of an important detail. And if you haven't yet subscribed, this would be a really good time to do that, to hit the subscribe button so that you can see my new videos every single Wednesday. It was really good. Here's where the like actual, I think, glamour of my job, I say as I like this, but like for real, I think like the privilege of my job is the flexibility in my time and like how I work and when I work, and the ability to do self-care. I just think that's something that like is hard when you work for someone else or when you have a 9 to 5. So I just want to be like transparent about that element. Because right now I would normally be going into the office. I like to go into the office around 10 on like a typical day, but honestly, I am absolutely 100% in need of alone time. Like I just didn't have any real alone time. Like yesterday I was like, Obi was like, do you want me to go to the grocery store? Because normally I do that. And he was like, do you want me to go to the grocery store for you? And I was like, I'm really needing the alone time. So like, that's like where we're at. It's just like, I needed that like 20-minute grocery store trip. So I think in order to be like a good parent tonight, the best thing that I can do for like my whole family and myself, and honestly my job too, because creativity does not thrive in burnout. So with that in mind, I think the best thing I can do is just take advantage of this time. So my husband is at work, kiddo's at school, and so I think I'm just gonna stay home until lunch. And normally I would work during this time, but my task list right now, I am looking at the tasks I have, and I would just do them so much more efficiently at the office. And so I'm just gonna go into the office after lunch and get all of those tasks done. Take the next like couple of hours to self-care. What that means for me right now is probably doing yoga, reading, and like probably like watching some YouTube videos, I think, like vlogs. So yeah, I think that's the plan. I'm gonna pick a new book. For the fall, all the books I'm reading, I don't know if I've said this yet, are gonna be like magical realism or like thrillers or mysteries, things like that. So that's what we're working with. I just finished Other Birds, which was so good. It was very magical realism. And I think I'm gonna do, here, let's look. So these are the shelves in our dining room, and there's a method to this madness. So these are like obviously our cookbooks. And then these are old day planners and journals. And there's a couple of books in there too. And then these are all Enneagram books. Anything that's faced away, Enneagram related books or books related to running a business. And then we have like the ones that are facing me are books that either I want to read or maybe I have giveaway copies. Like Your Good Body, I have 2 copies of that. So I was thinking I'd do a giveaway. But then everything else is books I still want to read. So I think what I'm going to do is either The Silent Patient or The House in the Cerulean Sea. Let's look at Silent Patient. This book I have been recommended so many times by people who have similar book taste to me. I've heard nothing but incredible things, but for some reason it just doesn't like pulling my attention. Like I don't ever feel like, oh, this is the time I want to read The Silent Patient. I feel like it's one of those that I'm gonna love once I read it. Let's look at The House in the Cerulean Sea. This is what I keep doing. I started picking this book up and looking at it, years ago. Like, I was going to the library regularly, so maybe like 2019. I'm thinking 2019 is when I first thought I would read this, but then I keep kind of picking other things instead. This is The House of the Cerulean Sea. It says Linus Baker is a by-the-book caseworker in the Department of Charge of Magical Youth. At 40, he lives in a tiny house with a devious cat and his old records for company, but his quiet life is about to change. Linus is summoned by extremely upper management and given a curious and highly classified assignment. I don't know. I was thinking I would read this one because I think this is a series and I don't want to like stay in this world forever. But then I think this one's a series too, according to the back. It looks like there's another one. Let's go Silent Patient because I just finished like a magical book. So let's do thriller. Honestly, this time I'm going to keep for myself just because I think that's just what I need today. So I'm going to check back in with you around lunchtime. Thank you for understanding in advance. Hey, sorry I didn't give you guys an update. Basically I just went and picked Obes up. We grabbed some lunch. I brought it home and we ate lunch. Now I'm heading to the office. We're pretty sure he was having a panic attack, which is like not normal for him. It's very normal for me. So it sounded familiar, and that's what his boss said that they thought was going on. And they were just like so lovely to let him just kind of come home, take care of himself, and just kind of wait and see what's happening. It's like, I was just thinking about a job that he had at High Five Coffee back in the day, and how we'd asked, hey, can you, like, they were scheduling him for all night shifts, and we were like, can you, we weren't, he asked if, like, they could schedule him for less night shifts because he was missing time with his kid. And, you know, they closed much later than Trade and Laura does, which is the coffee shop he works at now. So he would literally come home after our kiddo was already asleep, and then our kiddo would go to school in the morning, so he wasn't getting to see his son. And we were like, hey, can he just have like some shifts that are not night shifts, or can you give us some less night shifts? And they were just like, well, this isn't a job for people with kids, sorry. And I was pissed then, but like just the juxtaposition of having a boss who like cares about you and like is like, I don't know what's happening, I assume it's a panic attack, and you can take care of, I'm gonna let you go home and take care of yourself, is just, good people should be rewarded, is all I'm saying. So anyway, I am heading into the office. Also, those are things I need to take to donate. I don't have a bunch of trash in my back seat. I did my fall wardrobe thing on the last video, and that's all the stuff I'm getting rid of. But I'm gonna go to the office, I'm gonna get coffee on the way, and then get down to business. Okay, so it is like almost 2 p.m. and we're finally getting into the office. This was not the plan today, but also that's okay. I wanted to kind of tell you what I have on the docket, what I need to do. I just make sure I get on to inbox 0 every Monday and every Friday, so I need to do that. Vlog. Also, I am doing Vlogtober. This is the official announcement. Partially because most of you voted for Vlogtober, partially because I am already going to be busy in October, and so it's kind of like just keeping that energy going and then allowing myself some more peace in December. And I think in December what I might do is just still do Christmassy themed vlogs, you know, like still be cozy, but just not vlog every day, because I think I just, this year at least, after the book launch, after traveling to Bali, I think I'm gonna want my holidays to be like more around the family. So I need to start prepping for Vlogtober, which means I'm gonna do some graphics for it today. I need to write and record podcasts for next week. I have some like book things I need to sign. I need to like fix some show notes stuff with ads. I need to schedule tomorrow's podcast and to do a final draft run of the website, because it should be good to go. I just need to like make sure it is and then make the announcement, make it live. I'm gonna plan Vlogtober, just kind of, I have a bunch of little ideas I've wanted to do that I haven't wanted to do because I'm vlogging once a week, so it hasn't felt right. But since I'll be vlogging every day, I can try some stuff. Also for Bali, I need to get an international phone plan or figure out how I'm gonna do my phone service while I'm there. I also need to schedule to get my car detailed. Basically, whenever they brought my car, it wasn't as clean as they said they wanted it to be. So they gave me credit for me to go to get it professionally cleaned. And so I just need to schedule that. And yeah, I think that's the main stuff for today. I'm just gonna hunker down and do it. And then we'll pick the kiddo up from after school soon-ish. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna go in there and do right now. I'm back in the car and I'm gonna go pick up the kiddo from after school. I'm sleepy. I got my car cleaning scheduled for tomorrow, which is shocking because everything else, I just happened to find someone who could do it in the morning. So that's good news, if all goes well. And then, yeah, get everything else done. I've got tomorrow's tasks planned. All I've left to do today now is sign the book things, which I can do while we like watch a movie or a show tonight. And then go to the grocery store, make dinner. And I really want to make some banana bread because it's on my bucket list for the fall to make a quick bread. And I have some bananas that are about to go bad, so I thought a banana bread would be nice. And the dinner I'm making tonight is like a pot roast At least that's the plan. So, honestly, I think that'll be good because then I can it'll be Instant Pot. So I can like let it cook in the Instant Pot. And while that's doing its thing, I can make banana bread. So I think that'll be really fun. But I also wanted to fit some more movement into the day. I've been really liking to work out after work lately, but I just don't know if I'm gonna have time because it's like 4:30ish, and then so by the time I get the kiddo, go to the grocery store, go home, the meal's gonna take like an hour to cook. It'll be time to cook dinner, so that might just be like a little bedtime yoga session. That might be what we get today. So anyway, let's go pick up the kid. Oh, actually, real quick before we go, I wanted to tell you, I've been listening to the podcast, Sounds Like a Cult, and I listened to the one on like youth centers or whatever about troubled teen programs, and fascinating. Now I'm listening to one in youth groups, and if you are deconstructing or evangelical, and you need to remember that like it's not normal, like the things that you learned and the ways that they were taught to you were like not right. It's very good. It's very, very good. So I'm listening to that on my way to pick up my little, and then we'll go to the store together.
I see that your purse matches the color.
That's true.
Is that a new purse? Or
It's,
is that a Nez purse?
it's new-ish, I guess.
And that's my common bad job that nobody likes. And don't you think it's a little early?
Okay, so the grocery store is a bust. We're looking for like a certain cut of meat to make roast, and they didn't have it, and I'm honestly tired and don't want to go to another grocery store, and our kiddo needed to come home and do his homework, so there just isn't time for us to do it together, and it was either like I come home and go back out. I just don't want to do that, so we'll make it another day this week. I'm just gonna make do with what we have, which I think we have like plenty of stuff to make veggie bowls, or to make, I don't know, do something. Well, we have plenty of food, so I'll do that instead. And now I'm gonna change back into cozy clothes and figure out what that's gonna be. And then we're just gonna do something really chill tonight for dinner. We have leftovers from last night, and then I think I'm gonna make myself like a chicken salad situation, because we have a rotisserie chicken in there, and just kind of put a little like snack plate situation together. And then banana bread wise, I think I'm gonna wait to make banana bread until the weekend, because we just have like a ton of food. Like we have like a ton of breakfast foods. So I was thinking if I made banana bread now, it would take too long to eat. So I'm going to get to work on kiddo's dinner, my dinner, heat up leftovers for Obes, and I'm gonna watch YouTube while I do it. Let's see what we're gonna watch tonight. I'll show you. Watch Kat Nesbitt. She is a flight attendant. She does like flight attendant videos, and she has Amazon travel must-haves you need in 2022. I think that's what I'm gonna watch.
Wait, how much does Pinky move?
Oh yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Lemonade.
What, honey?
Since when do we get lemonade?
I just get you one time. How's it?
Thank you.
It is about 8 p.m. The boys are in there doing bedtime. You might be able to hear them singing. I am exhausted. Today's just one of those days where like I am shockingly tired, like, and overstimulated, which I'm grateful, like, I bought these for that reason, but like, I don't know, I just like expect myself to like not be impacted by things. But I am really tired, and it's just kind of like I did the best I could to give myself self-care today, and like some days there's just not enough. You know what I mean? Like I could have spent the entire day resting, and I don't think it would have really mattered. I think it's just kind of like some days are just like that. But I'm going to spend the next hour, you know, resting before bed, reading maybe, and then I'll go to bed at 9. I'm probably gonna go ahead and close the vlog here. Sorry, ending it on kind of like a note, but that is the unglamorous day in my life. Sometimes you're just really tired and like sad. I don't know if this is even gonna make it in the vlog, but I'm tired. And there's not enough rest to be had today. I think that's the moral of the story, and that's okay. It has to be okay. And it's just like it's just the feelings. I don't have to fix them or like find a solution for it. I'm just gonna probably feel this way sometimes. I think that's like the trick of this type 7 brain, is I think like, okay, so I felt this way, so I can do enough self-care to like never feel this way again, or I can like problem solve it to where like, you know, and the truth is we have like the best possible systems in place. I did everything that I could to not feel burnout, and I still feel burnout. That just is what it is. And like this, what I did today might be like nothing to someone else, you know what I mean? They might be able to do like 10 times more than that, and past me probably could do 10 times more than that. Yeah, we'll end it here. Thank you guys for joining me for a very unglamorous day in my life, and I will see you next week for another one. And then after that, we're going into Vlogtober, friends. Like, it's happening pretty soon, shockingly fast. So I'm very excited about that. I know I ended the vlog talking about how I'm burnout. It's not really about that. It's more just like household stuff, you know, than it is about like work stuff. My work life is very perfect right now, honestly. So, all right, friends, see ya soon. Bye.